Firstly, return the universal credit back to the level it was under COVID, which has impacted 14,000 constituents of mine. Reintroduce the educational maintenance allowance, which the Labour government had introduced for 16 to 18-year-olds. That allowed them to continue on to education because that money paid towards their bus fares, food and books. We also need more proper social housing so these children and families who live in poverty and often in squalid, overcrowded accommodation, often having no heating, or children having to share in a room of 3 or 4 people per room. Instead of this, the government has come up with a crazy plan of giving households £200 as a rebate, which then has to be returned back to help with energy prices. The scheme itself probably will cost more than the money given out, and it is just plain ridiculous. Further, I was absolutely dismayed to read about the government plan last week about not giving loan to people who don't have GCSEs in maths and English. I mean, how does having maths GCSE help you in degrees such as sociology, history, social sciences, management types of degrees? Bolton University's Chancellor said to me last week, this will stop children from getting into universities. It will also lead to a reduction in numbers of the universities, like Bolton, which serve a particularly vulnerable and marginalised communities. So I would say when the government talks about levelling up, I'm not sure what levelling up they're actually doing. And I'm hoping that the ministers have listened, not to myself and my other colleagues who have spoken about some actions that can be taken immediately to assist these families.